The Sierra Leone Sports Ministry has lifted the suspensions handed out to 15 players and officials who are alleged to have been involved in match fixing. 4 players, including former Sierra Leone captain Ibrahim Kargbo and Samuel Barley, were among those implicated, along with referees and another 8 officials for the offence believed to have taken place during a World Cup qualifier against South Africa in 2008. That game ended goalless. The Sports Ministry's decision was communicated by letter to the Sierra Leone Football Association and has the support of the President, Ernest Bai Koroma. We're now joined via Skype to get more details on this developing story by football journalist Alie Bittar. Alie, what is the background to this case?
Well, from my understanding, this was allegation related to the 2008 World Cup qualifier in South Africa. Against South Africa, it ended goalless, and that's where it all started. And I understand just before the 2013 SLFA election, the president of SLFA, Madam Aisha Johansen, provided evidence of match fixing to the sports minister, Paul Kamara, and then that's how it all started. And she won the election eventually unopposed, and all of a sudden, it takes, as you said, 6 years for them to come up with something. And last year, July, both institutions come up with a statement, say they have tangible and credible information or evidence in connection with match fixing. And then the names come up of 4 players, including the ex-captain Ibrahim Kargbo, and 3 referees, 8 officials. So it was really shocking. I know most of the players I've spoke to them, they've denied the allegation. Some other officials have denied the allegation. And so far, that's how it stands. Nothing else have come out of it until yesterday. And I got an email from the ministry sending me like a press release sort of, one to the SLFA Secretary General, Mr. Chris Kamara, and one signed by other dignitaries that involve football, that this is the latest, what they've decided to lift ban, because they want to make sure ahead of the next Congress, which is April coming, and they want to make sure they have fairness in every aspect of the game, in basic sense. They want to give some kind of peace within the football circle, because what has been happening, is a long tail of story. There's a lot of misunderstanding, hypocrisy in football, politics in football. So these are major things. I think the president at some point called making sure, get them in a round table. The minister was there, the SLFA boss, she was there, trying to address the issue, trying to make sure football return, back amicably just after probably the next couple of months, if the Ebola epidemic control, as it's already been controlled so far, and probably we might return back to football. But before we return to football, what the president was trying to do is trying to make sure the football family in Sierra Leone have some kind of a peace, because there's a lot of problem going on within the circle, and it's not helping the football as a whole.
Like you said, Alie, it's taken the Football Association in Sierra Leone 6 years to ban these individuals. Why did it take that long?
Probably the evidence, they were not sure, or maybe they were trying to get proper evidence, because on match fixing allegation, we all know it's a serious offense, and FIFA don't take it lightly. So probably they were trying to make sure they have evidence that really reliable to the effect, because you can't ban somebody if you don't have evidence. And so I think probably it's when they come up with something they believe they have in their position. That's why it takes that long. As I said, it's really unfortunate for the players and officials that involved, because they have denied the allegation repeatedly.
Have any of the people implicated in the alleged match fixing commented about the lifting of the bans?
Not at the moment. I don't know of any as such. But I tried to spoke to one of the ex-players, ex-captain yesterday, and he just basically he don't even want to talk about the issue, because he already said to me, look, they have lifted this ban now. They have already tarnished our character, and to be honest, I'm not happy about anything, and I'm not even sure whether this is going to take into consideration, whether he's going to forgive or ever forget what he's claiming the FA or the ministry have done to him, because it caused some kind of bad image to his footballing career.
So what is the status of the players regarding selection for the national team then?
Status of the players, basically these 4 players, I'm not sure. I will need to try and contact them. Some of them probably will forget and forgive. Some of them, I'm not sure whether they will want to play for Sierra Leone again, because some are, I can remember I spoke to one of the players, Samuel Ballet. At one time, he was Sierra Leone captain in the Under-17 World Cup. He said to me, to be honest, I am really depressed. I can't believe this happens with me and in general, because I have served Sierra Leone so much. And I believe, this is really, really a sad story, because we never in one moment, that was one of my best games. He said to me that was one of his best games in his life, playing against South Africa. And he was also commended by the Sierra Leone former Inter Milan captain, which is Mohamed Kalon. So it's rather unfortunate. I'm not sure any of these players, or maybe even if it's settled down as it is going now, whether the FA or whoever is going to be in charge is going to want to call these 4 players to play for Sierra Leone in the near future.
Isn't there a danger that FIFA may not approve because it's the government that has stepped in to lift the suspension?
That's a tricky one. Unfortunately, it was joint suspension, because they both came up with the press release, the ministry and the FA. Now I understand that the ministry has lifted the suspension based on the fact that, as I said earlier, they want trying to bring the football family back into a better situation, where the hypocrisy, some of the things that have been causing the football to go backwards, now they want to put everything into context. Say, look, we want everybody to come back. Let's reunite our football. Let's go to Congress. You regularize your status, and let's just try who won, and we move forward from there. So I don't know how FIFA will take this, but to be honest, it was a joint suspension, and so the FA has not said anything at the moment. They have not responded to the ministry decision yet.
Alie Bittar, thank you for speaking to Sports News Africa.